Hello, welcome. I want to show you how to use embossing folders today for that wow factor on your cards. I'm going to go through a few techniques that you can use, and let's get started. All right, Stampin' Up! Has a bunch of embossing folders, and for the wow factor, these are so inexpensive. I need to get to the page, sorry. So here's some of our embossing folders. We have regular, and then we have 3-inch, we have like a 6-inch one, we have 3D. This is a regular, but it's a 3-inch one, 3x6, and it's like that thin, so you can see this is just your regular embossing folder. And this thickness here is your 3D one. So you can see the difference in the thickness. Now, I want to show you, these are like inexpensive. You can get an embossing folder for $8 to $10 and make so much stuff with them. So let's get started. I'm going to use this one. Everything I've used, and even in my samples, I used the Ornate Garden suite of products. But I do not have the new Stampin' Up! Cut and Emboss machine. I love it, but right now I can't justify purchasing it because I just purchased the Big Shot earlier this year. So I'm not going to buy it right now, but I've read all the reviews, and my friends that do have it, I would love one. But I love the fact that it folds up for storage. And it's easy to use, and we have two. We have the larger one and the mini. The mini one uses the smaller embossing folders that I showed you the first one, and the larger one has your regular ones. Of course, they use you can use dies with them as well. It's an embossing machine, right? A cut and emboss. So that is our catalog. I will list what I've used below in the comments. So I want to show you where to put my paper. Oh my goodness, right there. Yeah, I have a bunch of paper right there. I'm not going to use these. Well, I might. Leave it there. So I want to show you how to do partial embossing. So you take your die cut machine. Like I said, I'm using my Big Shot. And your folder of choice. There are so many out there. And you put your paper in. Alright, I'll show you this first, okay? To explain the difference between embossed and debossed. Alright, for my die cut machine, I just use my plate, my one clear plate, and I put the actual embossing folder with the paper in on top of that. I only use one plate instead of two. Alright, oops. So, let me show you. That is your debossed side. The flowers are indented. Everything is indented. And this is your embossed side. The flowers are popped up. Right? Can you see that? So, embossed and debossed. You can use either side on your cards, whatever side you like best. So, I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to show you how to do a partially embossed card. So, all you do for that is take how much you actually want embossed. I only need a little bit at the bottom. So, I'm going to emboss that much, right? Put it in. Oops, wait a minute. I like it this side so I can roll it through. Always put the spine of your embossing folder through first. Take your plate, put it on top, and then run it through. And because I didn't put the paper in the bottom, it's not going to emboss. Even though I have this over it because it's sticking out of one of my hairs. So there we have a partially embossed, and you can put your sentiment and whatever you want down there. Let me show you what else I do with that. I take my trimmer just to clean it up a little bit. And this is your embossed side, and that's the side I'm going to use. So if you turn it over, I put it in right about where my line ends, and I score it a few times, like so. So you have a line there. And if you want, you could go like another 1/4 of an inch and put another score line. So you have 2, like so. If you're not going to show this on your card, if you're going to put ribbon or something there, this isn't necessary. You don't have to do that. But, okay, so that's embossed, debossed, partially embossed. Now let's show you how to do a double embossed. How about that? Okay, we'll take our big shot again. Push that through this side. And we'll put it partially in like so. And we'll get this done. Put it through our machine. And then for our other portion, we take a different folder. Now there are some, you could use a smaller blank piece or something if you wanted to put a sentiment in it, but we don't have any of those, and I literally do not have any. So I'm going to use the dainty one. Where did I put it? Right there. Where I could use that. No, I used the dainty. I don't think I cleaned it. Did I? Right. So what you do with this is you just take your, make sure you're on the same side now. Line this up, like so. And put your stamping up, because this is your embossed, this is your embossed side. And put it in. I might have some purple ink on here. Not that it matters, it's okay. I'm just showing you samples. I'll use it for something. And I'm going backwards with this one. Oh, jeez. Alright, I hate doing left-handed. Let's see. Okay. Whew, cool. And then you do the same thing with your cutter. Put that down. You take it and turn it over to the debossed side and put it in your folder right where they meet. Or cutter, not folder, right where they meet. So you get a line there. You see what I do. Sorry about the purple. I did not clean my embossing folder, and I was using it to dye color. Right. So let me show you some cards I've made, and I will come back for volume 2 and do a few other techniques with you. So the cards I made are here. And you can do so many different things. All right, this was why my thing was purple. You can color emboss. So this is partially embossed and colored. And I did it with Highland Heather. Then I put a ribbon on here with a bow, of course. And then the thank you is from the Ornate Thanks stamp set from the bottom of my heart. All right, so that's that. Then you can also emboss, foil embosses beautifully. Look at that. This is a piece of foil embossed. You can use any of your foils, which are your gold, your copper, your whatever colors we have. Whatever colors you have. Use what you have. All right, so that was one card I made. I also embossed a frame using the rectangle stitched frames for that one. And let's see, this is the double embossed one. So I have the tiny diamonds on the bottom and the ornate floral on the top. I colored my ribbon with probably Highland Heather, might be grape, but I think it's Highland Heather. And you can color your ribbon with your Stampin' Blends. Let me show you how to do that. I'll take just a little bit of my ribbon just to show you. And I'll use, what's this, Highland Heather. So you take your largest tip and you just color like so until it's all colored in, right? And you can turn it over and do the other side if you like. Don't have to. It makes it a little bit darker. Okay? Then what you can also do is, this is nothing to do with embossing folders, but how I did that. Like I just colored my ribbon, tied it, and put it on here. But you can also stamp. Where's my stamp? Right here. And I'm going to use Highland Heather, or I think I'll use a darker color so you can see it. I'll use the Gorgeous Grape. Right, so stick it in your ink. And then, without getting my head in the way, let's stamp on our ribbon. You can stamp any of your sentiments that will fit on your ribbon on a ribbon. So how's that? You see that? You don't have to do it on the color. You can do it on the white. Let me show you that too. So take that and, oops, stamp. So there's your ribbon with stamps on them. How cool is that? Okay, which leads me to my next card actually. So this I used a tag. I don't remember the name of the tag. The Butterfly Duet Punch. Right, let's see. This, okay, here's where I used the thanks. And I colored that in Purple Posy. Okay. And that is an ombre. I can do that in the next video. It's an ombre effect after you've embossed it. Then you have this one, which I haven't finished. I forgot to finish it. I was going to put a bow at the bottom. And some gems, some bling, right? But this is Shimmer Paint. I colored it with our Shimmer Paint. Look at that. Well, first I washed it, water washed with our aqua painters and ink. I stamped some ink onto a block, then put a few drops of aqua water or alcohol. You can fill them with alcohol. And then I dripped a few bits of my water in there and colored a water wash. And then I embossed it. And it comes out really gorgeous. I don't think this is doing it any justice. The colors in it are just stunning. Right, so I'm not finished with that one. So, sorry, I forgot to finish it and I'm showing you. Okay, now this one, I wanted to show you just because I used the Designer Series paper. You can use any Designer Series paper, and I'll show you in the next video too some ideas with the paper and how you can use it. So that's it for today. I would love it if you would leave me some comments, subscribe to my channel, let me know what you think. If you'd like me to show you any certain techniques with embossing folders, I'd be happy to. Just write them in the comments for me. I love stamping. I love sharing what I love to do. I give away more than I sell, for sure. I do craft fairs, but of course with the COVID-19, there are none this year, for the remainder of this year anyway. So I have been giving a lot of cards away. And I give them to first responders, like my local fire department has some, sent some to hospitals. I always send them to the VA hospital in Biloxi and to Fisher House. They're dear and very dear to my heart. So I love veterans and what they do and how they sacrifice for our country. So they are near and dear to my heart, and that's where I share a lot of my cards. So I thank you for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel for more ideas on how to use things, more techniques, and And thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.